Next we shall learn about spontaneity. We know that flow of heat is unidirectional, that is heat flows from hot body to cold body, that is the flow of heat will be from higher temperature region to lower temperature region. Since flow of heat is unidirectional, it is considered as a spontaneous process. So how can we define a spontaneous process? It is an irreversible process and it can be reversed only with the help of an external agency. Now we have to know what is the criterion which decides the spontaneity of a process. Earlier, decrease in enthalpy, that is decrease in energy, was taken as the criterion for spontaneity. It is because it is found that there is a net decrease in potential energy when water flows downhill or when stone falls to ground from a particular height. So in a similar way, a chemical reaction can be said to be spontaneous if there is a decrease in energy. And we know that in an exothermic reaction there will be a decrease in energy because energy is liberated in an exothermic process. And we know that for an exothermic process, standard enthalpy of reaction is negative. So a reaction which is exothermic will be accompanied by a decrease in enthalpy. Therefore, an exothermic reaction can be considered as spontaneous. For example, consider the reaction equations half H2 plus half Cl2 giving HCl and H2 plus half O2 giving H2O. For both these reactions, standard enthalpy of reaction is negative. Negative sign shows that it is an exothermic process. So both the reactions are exothermic. There is a decrease in enthalpy. Therefore, these two reactions can be taken as spontaneous. Now consider the third equation, half N2 plus O2 giving NO2. The standard enthalpy of reaction is given to be plus 33.2 kilojoules per mole. Here, standard enthalpy of reaction is positive, which shows that the reaction is endothermic. Even though this reaction is endothermic, it is found to be spontaneous. So we cannot take decrease in enthalpy alone as a criterion for deciding the spontaneity of a reaction. So decrease in enthalpy alone cannot be taken as the criterion to decide the spontaneity of a process. We have to consider another thermodynamic function, that is entropy, denoted by the letter S, to decide the spontaneity of a process. Entropy, it is a measure of the degree of randomness or disorder. We know that there is a tendency for systems to become more disordered. So if disorder increases or randomness increases, we can say that it is a spontaneous process. Now for that, consider the figure given here, which represents the diffusion of two gases. Let the two gases A and B be taken inside a container and let the container be provided with a partition. And let molecules of A be present on the left hand side and molecules of B be present on the right hand side. So if the container is provided with a partition, we will be very sure that if we pick a molecule from the left hand side, it will be of molecule A, and if we pick a molecule from the right hand side, it will be of molecule B. Now let the partition be removed. When the partition is removed, mixing of gases will take place. The gases A and B will mix together. Now if we try to pick a molecule, we will not be sure that it will be of molecule A, or we will not be sure that it will be of molecule B. It can be either of molecule A or molecule B. So diffusion of two gases takes place and here randomness increases. Initially, that is before diffusion, the system was in a more ordered state. But when diffusion takes place between the two gases, the system moves to a more disordered state, as a result of which the randomness increases, or we can say that the entropy increases. So if there is an increase in entropy or if there is an increase in randomness, the process can be said to be spontaneous. A process will be spontaneous if there is an increase in entropy or if there is an increase in randomness. Now consider a chemical reaction. Greater the disorder, higher is the entropy. Now, in a chemical reaction, what causes entropy change? If there is a rearrangement of atoms or ions from one pattern in reactants to another pattern in the products, there will be an entropy change. Now, if a substance is in the crystalline solid state, we know that there will be regular arrangement of particles. So, it will be in a most ordered state. So, solid state will be associated with lowest entropy since it is most ordered. Now, consider a gaseous state. If a substance is in the gaseous state, it will be most disordered and hence gaseous state will be associated with highest entropy. The change in entropy delta S can therefore be considered as a state function since it is independent of the path followed. Delta S, that is change in entropy, is given as equal to Q reversible by T. Now delta S total will be equal to delta S of the system plus delta S of the surroundings. And if delta S total, that is change in entropy, is greater than 0, the reaction or the process will be spontaneous. So in terms of delta S, we can say that if delta S total is greater than 0, the process will be spontaneous. Now if a system is in equilibrium, the entropy will be maximum and delta S will be equal to 0. That is, delta S is equal to 0 for a system in equilibrium. Now we have another thermodynamic function, that is Gibbs energy, which can be taken as the final criterion to decide the spontaneity of a process. Chemical reactions can be considered as either closed or open systems. So there will be changes in both enthalpy and entropy. So we have a new thermodynamic function, that is Gibbs energy, to decide the spontaneity of a reaction. And Gibbs energy G is given as equal to H minus T into S, where S represents entropy and H represents enthalpy. T is temperature. Gibbs energy is a state function because it is independent of the path followed and it is an extensive property. Gibbs energy change, that is delta G, can be written as equal to delta H minus T into delta S. It is at constant temperature. So for the system, if we write it as delta G of the system is equal to delta H of the system minus T into delta S of the system, we can write it in general as delta G is equal to delta H minus T into delta S. This equation is known as Gibbs equation. That is, Gibbs energy change is equal to enthalpy change minus T into entropy change. So Gibbs free energy change can be now taken as the ultimate criterion to decide the spontaneity of a reaction since it contains both delta H and delta S.